You put a new song in my mouth, him up the rest of you. All I wanna do when I wake up, spend my day with you. You put a new song in my mouth.
That's nice, isn't it? Good morning, Gina. Good morning, everybody. It is Your Family Matters with Michael and Gina.
I love our new theme song.
Isn't that nice?
Yes, it's my favorite.
Yeah, I put a new song, and all I want to do when I wake up is spend my time with you. I have a question for you, G. I want to get right into it.
Okay.
On Wednesday night, this past Wednesday, 26 million Americans did something. Do you know what that was? They all did the same thing. 26.4 million Americans did this on Wednesday night. Do you know what it is?
They must have watched some television show.
Oh, you are good. American Idol.
Oh, yeah.
The premiere of American Idol. And I don't want to talk about American Idol, but I do want to talk about, American Idol is one of those things that you sort of insisted that we as a family watch, and we still watch it. We've watched it for a couple of years. And even that is beginning to get a little bit risque, isn't it?
Yeah, they're pushing the envelope this year. I've noticed. Well, now they have Steven Tyler in there, so he's adding that a little bit more.
And I don't mind risque. I'm not a prude by any stretch, and you can vouch for that. But when it comes to family, is there anything left on television that you can watch with your family? No. And I'm talking about even a ball game. You try to watch a baseball game, you try to watch a football game, and you're going to run into primarily the commercials are going to be brutal. But you're watching everything from even ESPN. You try to sit down with your 8 or 9 year old, and as you know, I've tried to do it. And you try to watch a few minutes of ESPN. You're going to get very little sports. You're going to get essentially court TV. Yeah. You're going to get guys drug testing. You're going to get guys arrested for battery of their spouse.
Sex scandals,
contract negotiations and strikes. With intermittent commercials about some, as our kids would say, why are they taking pills to get rid of a guy named Ed? Well, Ed's not Ed. It's ED.
Yeah. Oh dear.
Yeah.
I just got a text from Hammett.
The great Hammett.
Yeah. She says, Martha Stewart, baby. Martha Stewart is still clean, except, she is a convicted felon. Well, and I'm not saying that means her show isn't watchable or that it's not good for the kids. No. I'm just saying,
But there's also an issue. Yeah, you can watch certain shows, but I'm talking about not only be able to watch shows, but have them be compelling, have them be interesting. And one of the reasons it's on my mind this week is because there's a new show on MTV.
Skins.
It's been MTV, which, by the way, is there a more ironically named programming network than MTV? Remember when the M used to actually mean something? Yeah. I think it was music, wasn't it? But not anymore.
There was a time.
There is this new show called Skins, and a lot of people are talking about it, certainly a lot of people in the media. That's not just pushing the envelope. They're blowing the envelope up, I think.
Yeah, well, the big controversy surrounding that, though, is that the actors on the program are underage actors, and they are engaging in adult behaviors.
To say the least.
Yes.
To say the least.
So that's, and it's when you read, I was reading through some things this week online about it. They talking about these, the parents are up in arms because of the content of the program, but when you look at the executives and the people on the business end, their only concern isn't the content of the program, it's we might get busted because we got underage actors doing these things. Yeah. That's their only concern.
Yeah, and MTV, issued all the right statements, saying we are going to play within the bounds and everything else. And here's the typical response. Even though the material, and again, I don't mind. You want to make a movie and have it be risque and use adult actors in mature scenes, but you want to put a proper rating to it and only have people over the age of consent either buy tickets to it or not. That's one thing. But you're talking about MTV. You're talking about
a network dedicated to the youth of America.
It's absolutely, and then you get here's the knee jerk always. It's just a television show. It is not influencing negatively our children.
Yes, our media does not influence us at all, does it?
Well, then my response to that is, why are you bothering running commercials? Because people spend billions every year trying to influence viewers to buy their stuff.
Right.
So don't tell me it doesn't. And in fact, the Rand Corporation not just published, but I just came across it talking about it. It's if you go to randcorporation.com, an extensive research on that very topic of the influence of television exposure to sexuality among teens and the influence it has on those.
Well, there's a school out in, I think it's in New Jersey. I'm not sure where it is, but where there's 90 teenage girls pregnant out of one high school.
No,
Did you
that's
read
not
about
New
that?
Jersey.
Where is that?
I want to say it's down in Tennessee.
Maybe. I can't remember where it is, but I just remember reading about that too, and it kind of plays into this. And I'm not saying there's 90 girls pregnant because they watched MTV. I'm just saying...
No, that's not how it happens.
No, it isn't.
No. If I remember my 5th grade health class, that's not exactly how that works. But, something that's helped you and I, and for those who, are just joining our program, I have the privilege of being married to my co-host. Gina and I have been married for, as I like to say, 39 glorious months.
Come on.
We have a blended family of 5 kids, and the 2 of us. Both of us lost our spouses at very early ages to cancer, and we have found each other and married, and we have now a family of 7, and our kids are young, and there is a resource that we use when they come to us and say, can we see this movie? When they say, I want to watch this TV show, there's a terrific website that I have bookmarked, and I would recommend highly. It's commonsensemedia.org, www.commonsensemedia.org. And when you go on there, it's terrific because all you do is you type in the TV show or the movie you want to see, even books, other media things, and it will give you, a comprehensive, not just a rating of what age is appropriate, but it's a comprehensive review of language, of values, of nudity, of the whole thing. And
it breaks down almost every instance of a word of inappropriate language, of any it breaks it down by bullet points, each one, so you know exactly what you're getting into.
And they also do have a recommendation of this is appropriate for 11 and older, this is appropriate for 16 and over. I think for skins, it says it's appropriate for 85 and older.
That's great.
So I'm counting the days until I get there, and then I can watch that show.
Yeah, that's cool. I used to actually, back in the day when I was in advertising, I used to do that. Chevrolet was our client. Whenever they were advertising in a program, they wanted to know what the content of those shows were going to be, and we would have screeners call us up and tell us the details of how many times there was a curse word and how many times there was a sexual, and then Chevy would try to avoid those breaks.
Right.
So it was funny because they wouldn't pull out of the show necessarily, although if it was big time, if the whole show was a theme that wasn't appropriate, but they would avoid a certain break.
Wow.
But anyway.
Well, and I think there are advertisers who are starting to back away from some of this programming, and I wish that they would. I certainly, if I was an advertiser, I'm a father,
Bell.
Taco Bell was first. You're right.
They're MTV's #1 advertiser.
They're backing away from it.
They backed away.